Right, what do we have left? Wyvern Crown of Cormyr and Infinite Dungeons. I've been saving these for last for two reasons. Because while I don't... While these are blind Let's Plays pretty much, I'm not exactly totally ignorant of what these modules are. And I think Wyvern Crown of Cormyr and Infinite Dungeons, I recall getting the most praise for whatever reason. Shadowguard Kingmaker Pirates would be more mixed. I don't really recall much of the details. Visual Wyvern Crown of Cormyr had horses, rideable horses, mounted combat, so things like that. So it actually brought new things to the game. I'm pretty sure it's an actual adventure too, starting level 6 or 7. Designed for martial type, so yeah, definitely gonna make a knight here. Infinite Dungeons is a question mark for me totally. I don't even know if it has a sort of a campaign you can play, or is it just random dungeons, or is it Infinite Dungeons in the sense where each playthrough has sort of a different dungeon setup because it uses some sort of a system to create the dungeons, and you can basically continue creating those new dungeons with new enemies that are leveled up to your level, so it can keep on going and going and going. So that's a total question mark as far as I'm concerned. But Wyvern Crown of Cormyr, this seemed, based on these texts, introductory text, to be the most most well made. It also has a music quality assurance team, lead tech designers, lead artists, animations, written and designed. Right, it's a fairly decent level to start with. 6 to 7 is a character at those levels can do a lot. Raise any, resting once per hour except in inns. Fighter. Death permanent unless you have a companion to rescue you. Respawn penalty, minor XP loss. Your character should have a single first and last name to avoid odd dialogue. Some Forgotten Realm deities also have benefits. If you do not pick one, the module will assign you one based on your alignment. So, fighter of any race, of any alignment. Cormyr, the land of your birth and the land you love, is a different place from the land you left. When you set forth upon your adventures, Cormyr was an oasis of stability, enjoying the long and largely peaceful reign of the King Azun IV. When rumors of war reach you on your travels, you rush back to find Cormyr very different. The king and his daughter, Tanalasta, were dead, sacrificed in the fight to bring Cormyr victory against the devil dragon and the Gaznets. What the hell are those? Much of the country has been laid to waste by war and by blight. The Gaznets, strange warped creatures formed from ancient traitors to Cormyr, have sucked dry much of the magic to be found, destroyed farmland and crops with their blight. Victory and peace have come at a great cost. Alusair, the prince and regent of Cormyr, walks a delicate path of diplomacy, a role she is largely unsuited for, while the people of Cormyr struggle to get their lives back in order. Your father and brother Jonas have been forced to move to fight blight. They have rented a farm at the edge of Hulak Forest, and with peace returning, you have returned to Cormyr in time to help them rebuild your family fortunes. But with the Sembians agitated to the east, a strange silence to the north, and lawlessness along the forest edges, Cormyr's troubles are far from over. Yes. I don't think I'm completely evil. I mean, why the hell would I even bother to come back and build a farm afterwards? But do I have a goal? I mean, something besides just good and evil. Become a noble of the land, something like that. We'll see. I'll be a pretty straightforward human. A knight. Not sure if I'm gonna be noble, but I want to be a proper knight. Not exactly a huge amount of armored humans to choose from. Right, the question is what type of an armored fighter? Probably purple dragon knight, but we can't start with this. What does it even need? Purple dragon knight gains no additional proficiencies. Non-evil and non-chaotic. Seems reasonable enough. Plus 4 attack bonus. Feats. Mounted combat required right level 1. Spots. Okay, I need to write this shit down because otherwise I'm gonna forget it 2 seconds after I've clicked OK. We need mounted combat. So that's a must. I'm not sure how much mounted combat the game actually has, so I'm not sure basically how good the ride skill is. We need 2 in spot. 1 intimidate. Listen. Holy shit, it's a weird list of skills. Right. No, we need beats mounted combat. Okay. It's a weird list to have listens, intimidate, spots, persuades. Rallying cry +1 attack bonus to all allies within 60 feet can be used 3 times a day. Inspire courage +2 saves versus mind effects +1 attack damage, blah blah blah. Fear, the spear spell. Inspire courage can now be used twice a day. Oath of Wrath, +2 attack bonus damage and saves and skills versus a single enemy. Final Stand, +2 d10 hit points to a number of allies equal the Purple Dragon Knight's level, and Charisma bonus once per day. So a lot of area of effect abilities. Plus Charisma, so we could go with a Paladin. But that would limit us quite a bit. The thing is, we would get a lot of bonuses by just being a paladin. Especially the charisma benefits, immunities to fear and a lot of abilities, saving throw bonuses. So paladin purple dragon knight maybe. The thing is, I'm not sure if I want to be a lawful good character. At the same time, it's not a horrible thing to play a lawful good here and there. Why not? Fighters can be better weapon users. Much better. Much better. I'll be a fighter. So I'm not gonna be lawful good. Not any evil. Not any chaotic, so we have 4 choices to choose from. 2 neutral is fairly rare. Neutral good. So we want to do good, but we're not that much of a stickler with law. Charisma is a big thing. Might not be that smart, but I don't want negatives there. I have Constitution and Dexterity on non-negative values. Strength is a big deal for us. 16 still has to be enough. We do need quite a lot of points, so intelligence has some value. Yeah, intellect, please give me intellect. So smart, charismatic and strong. Right, first things first, we need riding. What do we need besides that? We need at least 1 point in Intimidate. That's all we really need. Hey, listen. Where's listening? I think we need 2 points here. Yes, same with spots. 1 in Persuade. And 2 in Ride, which we have 4. So, we have the class skills. Let's say, I'll take Humble, because that way we can at least throw the dice when we get others get attacks of opportunity on us. What other class skills do we have? We probably want Discipline. That way we won't be vulnerable to knockdown, cold shot or disarm. Three feats. Can I get mounted combat now? Yes. What does it do? While mounted once per round, you will attempt a ride check to increase your armor class by 1 for every 5 of the check results. So it's basically a survivability increase in mounted combat. Mounted archery. Attack penalty for using a bow while mounted is reduced from -4 to -2. Why would I waste a feat on this? I wouldn't want to do archery in general, let alone on a horse. We want ass-kicking toughness, killing power, which means power attack and cleave, unfortunately. Does it though? It's by no means a must. It's great at low levels, but we start at something like 6 or 7 right from the beginning, so we're not gonna be getting all that many extra hits no matter what. It still gives you extra attacks here and there, especially if you get the greater cleave, that cannot be denied. Knockdown and improved knockdown could go a long way. Alternatively, we could go for a specific weapon already. I definitely want a shield and a something else. We should maybe exotic weapons. There's nothing particularly interesting here though, there never is. A lot of War and War Axe, Katana and Bastard Sword. Those 3 weapons would be worth it for me. But unlikely to have good Dwarven War Axes, so Bastard Sword and Katanas. I'm sure there are some, but is it worth the fee? Yeah, I'm sort of hung up on this because weapon focus would be great, but it's pretty tough to pick up weapon when you have no idea what the game throws your way. Well, knockdown would be useful against a lot of anything but a fighter. Knockdown, an improved knockdown would be very useful. We could go for something else too. Luck of Heroes, +1 to all saving. Even toughness. It doesn't give you a lot of hit points, but it does give you some. I think I'll just go with the exotic weapons. It might be totally worthless. However, with this we can use all weapons that we come across, so it could be very valuable. I doubt it, but we'll take weapon focus next once we see what type of weapons the game in general has to offer. I'm sort of thinking, does it have special mounted weaponry? I would have no idea what those technically are. Ooh, actually, fuck it. I could have taken a weapon focus and look at the list. It would have the more module-specific options available there. But doesn't really matter at this point. We'll learn them soon enough. A little bit more yellowish. That's green. For God's sakes, isn't there yellow hair in this game? That's good enough.
Get on them! Attack,
To part name.
to your weapons, and don't retaliate it!
Roman. Henny. Is Henny an actual name? Vico. Vico Flamaine. Right, that's a good name. Orcs, apparently. Let's buy something else. Hard day's work, but Lena will be proud of me for it. I'm sure she will be, Jonas. Godfro... What the hell is your name? Godfro Cormyr has same icon, portrait as I. And maybe tomorrow she won't be throwing a cold bucket of water over you. That noise was you, wasn't it, Jonas? Or was it your father's dog? Well, now that Vico's back, she seems to think I need to work harder. Just look how hard your brother works, Jonas. He's an example to us all. Yeah, I don't see how that's my fault. Well, she won't be fooled for long, I'm sure. She'll soon spot your tactics. You only make an effort when others are around, and it's just me or father you don't bother. Well, naturally, do you think I'm an idiot? A sensible man going for the easy life, right? I guess the farm life doesn't come easily to you, Biko. What rot? He just doesn't like hard work. Anyway, we should be getting back. Lena's waiting, and it's getting dark. Wait, look there. What's that over the trees? Is it smoke? Oh, by thunder, the farm! Quick, we need to go back. Yay, we're in control. We got automatically leveled up. We need attack bonus of something, that's why we can't yet. Base attack bonus of some +4. Before that happens, we cannot possibly level up as a purple dragon knight. We could take a single level of something else. No, I don't think so. I would definitely take something that gives me access to magical equipment, magic items, things like that, scrolls. But I tend to do that always, so maybe we can skip it this time, see where that leads us. Any use in lore? Usually you can live without it, but at the same time it does have its use. Why were we... I'm sort of interested in why do we have to take listening and spotting in the first place. Is the game expecting to have a use for those? Or are they just a standard part of the Purple Dragon Knight class? Like a pen and paper requirements? Well, discipline would be useful no matter what, but again, it's not. It's actually fairly rarely used. I don't think I want to take lore. I'm already spread fairly thin with some of these abilities. So what do we want? Humble isn't all that important. It's important that we just have a point in that, so we get those dice rolls in the first place. Requires training. Not gonna take appraisal. Concentration makes no sense since we're not trying to cast spells. I think I'll save the points because I want to see what's being used in the game and what isn't. The extra points would be useful then. Okay, weapon focus options. I want to see if there's anything new here, like a lance or something like that. Definitely no. So I'm pretty sure we need to level up, otherwise any kind of fighting will murder us initially. The question is, do we want to focus on something? We could focus on multiple weapons, choose at least 2. Alternatively, choose these sort of generic combat skills that could be useful. Blind fighting is somewhat useful. Reroll its mischance percentile 1 time to see if it actually hits. Invisible creatures get no bonus to hit the character in melee, so might be worthless, but might be useful. We'll have to wait till a level up before we can apply these skills though. Meaning that we should spend at least some of them. I'll take persuasion. Do I want to take anything else? Maybe intimidate. But usually only one is really needed. Maybe one of the spot or listen. Ah, 1 feet. We can always take more hit points. Won't amount to much, but it's extra hit points. It always helps. I still think we should take weapon focus though. We need a shield, so it's a one-handed weapon. I'm not sure if I want the slashing weapon. It's likely the best option. Longsword is almost always supported by the game. And good one-handed maces are hard to find. I don't even remember what some of these weapons are actually like. Are they any good? Maybe a morning star or a... Is there a heavy morning star? Heavy flail. Light flail, right. I don't recall what these weapons are like. Are they useful at all? God damn it. God damn it. I'm not gonna level up now. Unless we get into a fight, and we'll have to do the leveling up. And everyone died. The end. Surprisingly enough, multiple people survived. Everyone's dead. They've murdered everyone. My father, mother, Jonas? Jonas's wife, your father. Oh, Lathander, help us. My Lena is dead, Pico. We moved here for peace, and now we must go after these animals and kill them all. We must stop a moment and think what to do. I can't think. Marlena. What are we going to do, Vico? The farms are destroyed, the bodies stripped, and we can't even bury our dead. We should see what is left here. I agree, though it seems somehow wrong to scavenge through the wreckage of our own homes. Why? They're your own homes. You're seeing what of your stuff is still there. They're not some kind of random guy that just died and you're robbing them. Oh, let thunder give us strength, for we must do it. Because I can't bear to. Our father, he has no head, I just can't. Vico and I shall do it, Jonas, for it has to be done. But what then? What do we do afterwards? It's not safe here. We should get out of here. We should head for Thunderstone. Father was Sir Hawkins' squire. Maybe Sir Hawkling will help us. Surely he will want to hunt these raiders down. That's a good idea. Sir Hawkling is supposed to be looking for fighting men at the moment. I heard he was arranging a tournament to recruit them. We should tell Sir Hawkling what happened so he can warn people, and quickly, otherwise this could happen to others. Sir Hulkling could take us on as squires like he did our father. Then we'd be able to go after the raiders. We must avenge Lena and our families. This could be our only chance. Alone we'll never find where they came from. How do we get the Thunderstone? We'll have to travel along the river, Vico. We should head south to the village of Morphin first. Perhaps there is some help we can get. Then let's get started. This was my home for such a short time, and yet I really thought we could start a new life here. We must make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else by warning everyone. You can do that if you want, Godfrey. Me, I want to find out who's responsible and make them pay. Sir Hulkling is our best chance for that. The quicker we reach him, the better. And these foul creatures will pay for our families. Sounds reasonable enough. Important thing is to remember that we are basically 3 farmers with no equipment. We want to go after raiders that intentionally came here with a war party or something. Crafting components. The game might be big on crafting. Or this adventure at least. Definitely crafting components. Almost everyone's giving crafting components. Priest robe. I'm taking everything. Sorry, Mr. Priest, but gotta be done. Damaged clothes, those you can keep. Hobgoblins. Maybe I should take crafting skills. You notice something, a key on the ground. Your father's head. Once noble face of your father now wears the gruesome mask of death. XP gain, use both E or skill, 25. Metal helmet and a will. Whomever it may concern. I have few wishes for me after my death. My belongings are to be split between my children. My old magic blade, now broken, I would also like kept by one of them and reforged if it is possible to do so. My only wish for myself after my death is to be buried in the old family graveyard, which can be found in the town of Thunderstone in Cormyr. After my death, I would like to return there, and maybe my old bones will watch over Sir Hulkling, who was a good master in life. My children, if this will rests in your hands, and I have fallen in battle, please claim whatever remains of me for burial. I wish you well in your lives. May you continue to make me proud. Note: you should pick this document up, but do not need to retain this document afterwards. That's a nice thing for you to do. You pick it up to get the journal upgrade. You don't have to carry it around. Charge of magic blade. I guess that's the skill we're gonna have to learn. So long sword is probably a good solid choice. I just wish we would go with something else and it would still be a smart thing to do. Can I take my father's head? Yeah, this is bad. Do you have any equipment? Yes. Yeah, not bad. Same time, there's a lot of them. I wonder... Fighter cleric... Fighter... Part of my party.
To your weapons, and don't let up. Attack!
Probably handle it.
Time for a bit of the game.
Now see what a true warrior looks like.
Ooh, I can handle it. Thanks for the heal, bro. They even killed the goddamn chickens. Okay. Very typical start, except for the fact that usually you're an orphan after something like this. The fact that you have some family members survive actually makes things more interesting. You have more options how things might happen or develop afterwards. You also have some responsibilities toward them, so doing fuck all is not really an option if there are others involved. There are some tracks here. We could use stop doing. But are the tracks... do the tracks serve some sort of purpose here? Not like that there's an area transition I could follow or anything. You need to go closer to check these. Okay, but can I go closer? No, I cannot. Tracking. The moss here is scuffed. Probably there was a struggle. No shit. To explain the corpse. Right, I don't think there's anything here. At least nothing of nothing of value. Ah, game notes. Your deity is Lathander. NPCs refer to you using both your first and your last name in the Wyvern Crown. In order for dialogue to make sense, therefore, it is sensible to have both names set for your character, rather than choosing a name like Hawk the Slayer. Rest. You can rest in several areas within Wyvern Crown. Although in many of them there is a chance that your sleep will be disturbed by wandering monsters, so pick your spot wisely. In any event, you must wait at least 1 hour before you can rest a second time, except in inns, where you can rest at any time. You can travel using inns. You will arrive at your destination rested with your spells replenished. Inns, however, have a cost and are not always available. Throughout Wyvern Crown, you will find several companions are available to you. At any time, you can have up to 2 of them with you. Except under specific circumstances, a henchman cannot die, but will instead respawn at the end of the battle. Respawned henchmen generally need immediate healing, whilst a henchman that has not respawned can instead be resurrected only by using use of the appropriate spell, not by healing. In addition, if you die and have at least one surviving companion within 30 feet, they will rescue you and drag you to safety, allowing you to respawn. Otherwise, you cannot respawn and will have to reload. So traveling without any companions will make the mode considerably more challenging. Henchman commands. You can shout commands at your henchmen, press enter and type the command in game, or assign a custom text macro to your quickbar. If you add the first letter of the henchman's name at the beginning, only he or she will obey the command. For example, GCOM will make just Godfrey move to you, whereas COM will bring all your henchmen running. Yeah, that just sounds wrong, doesn't it? COM will bring all your henchmen running. If a henchman is doing nothing, he probably can't hear you out of range, defend, etc. Commands are COM, move henchman to the PC. This command is disabled in a couple of areas for gameplay reasons. Remove stand ground command. Right. Open the nearest lock if it is possible. Hide. Okay, can't you just... Yeah, you can use these too. Combat. Attack nearest perceived enemy. Stop. Put henchmen in stand ground mode. But I've sort of learned these voice commands already that you can use. Give these commands. So I don't really even think about it. Now that I have to think about what letters you need to press to get the commands, I can't think of them. But I can, I can automatically remember the places with my fingers if I don't look at what I'm writing. So most of the commands for the entire group are here, and they're much easier to use this way. Individually, we can use the right-click menu to give these commands. Only exception could... no, even flee is there. Your brother Jonas will not obey these shouted commands, as he is more independently minded than to listen to his siblings and everything. Okay, that makes him a bad henchman. Very bad. We need to get rid of him as quickly as possible. Commanding these things is tough enough. If he doesn't listen to what I say, he's pretty much worthless.
WCoC?
What is it?
I haven't been to Morphin before. I always meant to, but since the move from the King's Forest, I just never got around to it. I hear it's a pretty small place, though there is a smithy here. We might be able to purchase some supplies, even weaponry, although theoretically we need a charter.
What is a charter?
You left for too long, WCoC. In Cormyr, you can't carry weapons that are not peace bonded without a charter allowing you to do so. A wood axe or a hunting bow is fine, but anything more used to mean trouble.
Tell me about peace bonding.
In this area, they used to take peace bonding very seriously. If anyone was seen without a key string tied over their weapon, and was found without a charter, they were arrested immediately. But things changed when the war started. Cormyr was in such desperate danger that we all carried weapons, and freely too. I doubt peace bonding is as important as it used to be.
I heard anything else about Morphin?
Well, in better times, this would have been a place for an ale and a chance for us to catch up on old times. But now vengeance is all I'm interested in. There's an alehouse here, and I think a shop too. Some old war wizards retire here. Maybe that's how Morphin remains unaffected by the raids.
Yeah, thanks. I can see that. It's something you don't really think about in fantasy settings, but in the real world, people carrying around weapons is not really something you can do. Police officers will come and question you. There's at least rules what type where the line is drawn. So some kind of small concealed things are preferred in any way. Lugging around some kind of heavy sword all over the place isn't exactly convenient. So rapiers and daggers would be much more preferred. Okay, who is the matron?
Sorry, no can do.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
We have no reason to enter there, so why the hell is it marked on the map then? Brondar. Alehouse. Alehouse is probably the first place we should visit. Yes. Also, we might as well level up since we know that we need to at least learn the sword. Long sword. I don't actually know if it's a long sword, but it's likely a long sword. Almost always a long sword. What's my base attack bonus? Probably 3. We're gonna go with strength all the way. Or are we? It really is the most important attribute. How much damage we do, how well we hit, it's all about strength. How heavy armor we can use and all that. Strength, strength, strength. Right, crafting is an option too, and they're all class skills, so they would develop fairly quickly. Question is, what exactly would I want to do? You might as well be better just take a prey, so you can get cheaper prices. But we already have trouble developing the skills we have. I like the spot ability over listen. We want more tumble. Skill is, yeah, because it can also increase your armor class when you get enough. Yeah, I'll take that. Anything else? Discipline isn't exactly bad. These disarm, cold shot, or knockdown abilities start raining on us, and we definitely don't want to be affected by it. But at the same time, it's not that important. Weapon specialization, please. Long sword damage. If we have extra feats, as fighters usually do, we can always go for another weapon focus. Something other than slashing though at that point. A blunt weapon is probably would be preferred. And we now go with Purple Dragon Knight. Yes, thank you. The famous Purple Dragons of Cormyr are regarded across Faerun as exemplars of disciplined, skilled, loyal soldiers. The reputation is deserved partly because of the heroic actions of their leaders, Purple Dragon Knights. Purple Dragon Knights develop uncanny skills relating to coordinating and leading soldiers. Most are fighters, rangers, or paladins, but a few bards, clerics, and rogues have been known to become purple dragon knights. Sorcerers and wizards tend to join the war wizards. Cormyr's elite brigade of fighting spellcasters, while barbarians are too undisciplined and druids and monks too uncivilized in Cormyr to enter this career. Any different skill requirements, or class skills rather. Persuade. We should definitely take advantage of that. Rallying Cry, Heroic Shield. The hell is this? You may aid an ally giving them a +4 bonus to their armor class for 1 round. I get a riding ability. Individual mount, individual dismount. Probably not gonna use that often. Rallying Cry. What else are we gonna get? Inspire Courage. Should I take the Intimidate too? Sometimes Intimidate and Persuade are not interchangeable. At the same time, I'm not sure I care. So where to put the extra points then? Could go with Lore. Go with Listen to, maybe Search. Spotting traps and all that. This might also help with skill checks. Detecting a trap is an opposed test. Hitting the character's search check against DC equal to the set trap skill check plus the strength of the trap. Active Detect mode is a modal action that reduces the character's normal movement rate and performs an active search as well as spot and listen checks. Okay, when do we actually perform these? Hidden creatures. It's determined by the height check of the hidden creature. Alertness speed grants +2 bonus on spot checks. Rangers receive blah 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 blah. Spot is part of the detect modal action. In passive detection mode, checks are made automatically every round. Active detect mode is a modal action that reduces the normal movement rate and makes the character perform an active spot, as well as search and listen check. It really depends, does the game or my adventure support this? I'll sit down some of these points. Another new ability. Still not getting improved knockdown. We could go for either another weapon focus or maybe extra hit points. Skill focus isn't bad either, but you really need to know why you want those to get it. Initiative, Persuade. A thug. Character gains +2 bonus to initiative checks, which is good, and +2 bonus to persuade checks, which is good. I'm not sure if thugs are all that persuasive. I would have expected intimidate. But these would both be useful to us. But if we... yeah. Anything that increases my weapon skill or armor class. Armor class without me actually losing attack bonuses. Still, expertise level 1 might not be a horrible idea. -5 penalty on attack rolls on a fighter is not nearly as big of a deal as it is on bards or spellcasters. Fighter can afford it. I think I'd like the tactical option to be there at least. Right. Level 6 Spider, Purple Dragon Knight. Two attacks. Mia, Mander, and commoners.
What can I get you?
Well, hello
there.
Hello.
Welcome, stranger. I'm Mander, and this is my alehouse. Night to you, Mander. I'm WCoC. Well, WCoC, we had some whole-tail spirits, if you are interested. The stock is dwindling. What news is there? Well, you seem a bit down on your luck. You should get yourself up to Thunderstone. The big news is about the tournament there. Plenty of opportunities for those of Timora's good side. So those who are lucky. What sort of opportunities? Well, the knights will be jousting, of course, but there's plenty of stuff to do for us common folk too. Competitions, open market opportunities to buy or sell, gossip to be had. It's the place to go. Treasure map. You're selling a treasure map. Certainly, I was given it to buy an adventure some years ago in return for a favor I had done. The treasure is still unclaimed as far as I know, mainly because it is guarded. Fighting is not my strength, else I'd go and take a look myself. I can sell you the map if you're interested. I can have money. 26 gold. You're not going on about that old map again, are you, dear? And why not, Mia? It's a genuine map, why shouldn't I? Because like as not, it's the curse that guards it, and this fine man does not look up to fighting a cursed. Tell me more about this cursed.
Can I help you?
You should be careful if you're thinking of trying to tackle it, dear. The creature became cursed as a result of stealing a magic sword. Doubtless it has the sword still. Aye, the legends tell us he was once a ranger who stole a katana from the secret stash of a sorcerer. She cursed him as a result. He's been lurking in the marshes ever since.
Nay.
So where can I find this treasure? Well, the curse lives in the marsh where it comes close to the road to Thunderstone. That's local knowledge, and you can reach the marsh by following the stream where the road crosses it. But without the map you will only find the curse, not the treasure. That's the point. So how much are you asking for the map? About 25 gold lions. 26.
I have to say no.
Can you do a bit better? You don't need the money as much as I do. Well, dear, we're not exactly rich either, you know. Besides, I've had to listen to Mander go on about that map for years. I think we deserve a fair price. Here you go, then. And here's your map. Just make sure you're ready in case the curse is waiting for you. Was there anything else? Alright, we do need a little bit of gold, otherwise we can't do crap. We really don't have a lot to sell. This treasure map shows the location of a swamp on the road to Thunderstone. A route is traced with a dotted line from where the road crosses the bridge. Follow the stream into the forest. This leads to the marsh. The marsh is well detailed. Just to the north of a pool, a stone is marked. A note on the map reads, "Treasure stored beneath this stone." Well, it can't be that good of a treasure if someone's asleep under a stone. Still, for a poor man with nothing, could be a massive haul. Yeah, he's not buying anything. I could sell a couple of things for a few gold pieces, but that's it. I don't think anything would really make much of a difference here. Since I can't afford anything really useful. So, ooh, magic pouch is already on sale. Good to know. But yeah, I definitely can't afford any of this. A lady figurine. Cat's Grace. Right, so that wasn't particularly useful.
Well, hello there.
Also, can't
Hello.
warn them. Oh, now I can. Okay, we need help. Our farms have been attacked by raiders and our families murdered. Who can help us? Dreadful, dreadful to hear another such tale. There are far too common. Alas, there's no one in Morphin who can help you, unless you could try Brondar, the resident wizard, but he alone would not be enough. The trail will be cold before we get any help. How will I ever avenge Lena? You're best off heading up to Thunderstone. The troops are stationed there. Nothing else I can tell you on that, I'm afraid. Thanks for your time. I more or less expected as much. Not every crap hole here is gonna have its own attack force. Rope coil. Well, we might as well take the rope, even though we don't particularly have a use for it at the moment. It doesn't weigh much and it doesn't take that much space at the moment. Later on, if we have inventory troubles, that's a different matter. Either way, I think I'll leave things here now. We can't go back to our farm, we just have to explore this, go to talk to Brondar, then figure out what things to do. We are 3 fairly capable fighters though. Our biggest problem is that we don't have good armors. But we kill weak targets so quickly that they don't have time to damage us all that much. So we can do quite a few quests, I would imagine. Cursed is another matter. Again, we have enough attack power that it might be worth taking on, and we don't need a magic weapon to kill a cursed. I think as long as we don't use piercing weapons, we'll do probably just fine.